Okay, we're recording. I got the fan on high. You can still see some sweat on my shirt. Got the fan on high, and it's really loud. There's a huge difference in noise between fan speed 3 and 4. So I just turned it down to 3, and you're not going to be able to see it, but I'm taking my damn pants off. I hope you can't see it. 'Cause, like, I'm burning up. Get my flip-flops, my flippity-floppities. Take my shoes off. So I'm in my underwear, my flippity-floppies. I don't have the front covered up or anything, so if I stand up in here, the yard dog's going to see me in my drawers. I got no shame. So, why am I sweating? I swept out the trailer, and it's nighttime. It's like 11 p.m. West Coast here in San Bernardino. I don't know what the temperature is, but it's hot. San 73. Damn. It's only 73 degrees outside. But inside the back of that trailer, it's pretty toasty. I would guess it's at least 10 to 15 degrees warmer than that in the back of the trailer. Plus, I'm fat, and just like doing any kind of labor at all causes me to sweat my ass off. I'm 100 pounds overweight, so imagine walking around with 2 50-pound bags of dog food all the time. That's what my life is like. Yeah, I need to do something about it. I need to lose this weight, but it's easier said than done. You know, I've tried 100 times. I actually, within the last couple of years, got down to 190 pounds. I think 185. I got down to like 185. I'm at 260 right now. And I got down to 185 a couple of years ago on a starvation diet, basically. But as soon as I started eating again, the weight just came back, like really aggressive. It's so hard. Like, I have to basically starve myself constantly to keep the weight off. I can't eat normal and like keep the weight off. I don't know what it is. Like, if I consume any food at all, I'll just put on weight like crazy. And then my body gets up to around 260 pounds where it wants to be at, and I can gorge myself and just eat until I pass out, or I can eat hardly anything or whatever, and my weight just basically stays 260. 260 is where my body wants to be. So I don't know what the deal is. Enough of that. So, check this out. This is depressing. I almost messaged they still have that request on me. I'll get to this request right here in a minute. Let's look at the LA loads. I'm wishing that I had this load instead of the one that I'm picking up right now. The one I'm picking up right now is a good load. Let me show you Excel. I do have Excel open, don't I? There it is. San Bernardino to Lacombe, Louisiana. This is the load that I'm in the process of getting picked up right now. It pays $5,400 plus fuel surcharge. Well, of that $5,400, I get $3,500 plus the fuel surcharge. It's a breakthrough fuel, BTF fuel surcharge, which means I have no idea what the fuel surcharge is going to be until after the load's delivered. This should be criminal. This should not be allowed. You should not allow. This is one of the reasons that I'm going to leave USA Truck once I'm able to get on with a better carrier, is because they allow this bullshit BTF fuel surcharge. And you should not. You can't. Okay. Anyway, I'll. That's a whole other video. Maybe I'll do someday. But I factor it at 10 cents per mile. I've been paid 8 cents per mile on BTF. I've been paid 12 cents a mile. In general, it pays about half what normal fuel surcharge is. Normal fuel surcharge is 20 cents per mile. And BTF pays about half that. So that whenever I'm picking a load, I calculate the estimated fuel surcharge at 10 cents a mile on BTF. So I'm guesstimating that I'm going to get $180 in fuel surcharge. give you an idea how big of a difference that is, this Ochelado load that I requested is only 800 miles in comparison to 1,800 miles. It's 1,000 less miles, and it pays $147 in fuel surcharge versus $180. That's how big of a difference there is in real fuel surcharge versus that VTF crap. But the total amount of money I expect to make on this Louisiana load is $3,700. It's going to pay me $2.07 a mile. The line haul rate that's $5,400 over here is $3.04 a mile. But once you factor in fuel surcharge and what my cut is, I'm making $2.07 a mile. On a load that's 1,800 miles, that's pretty decent. I mean, it's not amazing, but it's a solid load. I would love to run that all the time. I would make good money. And I hope that once I get on with somebody like Landstar, I'll be making this like all the time. That'll be a normal load for me, and a good load's going to be better than that. And I won't be hauling like this $1.76. I'm really excited about this $1.76 load, and that's not a very good load, but it's a good load on the USA Truckload board. So let's switch back over to the browser and look at the Los Angeles loads, and you'll see why I'm feeling bad right now. So Redlands, which is basically right next to San Bernardino, it's it's saying that it's from Los Angeles. It's calculating from Los Angeles. I'm in San Bernardino, and Redlands is like right next to San Bernardino. This is basically the same place I'm picking up. It's going to Memphis, Tennessee. This is I-40. It goes right by my house in Oklahoma City. It pays $600 more, and it's pretty much the same distance. The only difference is that, it's also a lighter load. This is only 5,400 pounds versus the load I'm picking up is 21,000 pounds. And the only difference is that this right here, it's listed as 3 stops, which is fucky because it does not have any of those stops listed here. It just has the shipper and the receiver, and you just have I don't know, like is Memphis, Tennessee stop number 1, or like where is the other stop at? Is there going to be a stop in like Little Rock or Oklahoma City? Is there am I going to have to go out of route for a stop? The 3 stops on that makes it like it throws up a lot of question marks. Like I don't know what the hell the deal is with the 3 stops. So, but I didn't see this load until about 30 minutes. Like I woke up at about 10 p.m. I have an 11 p.m. appointment at this place, and they won't let you in more than 30 minutes before your appointment. So I got here at like 10:20, and they did let me in 40 minutes early. But man, I would much rather have this load than the one I'm picking up right now. It picks up tomorrow morning at 10 a.m. I was so close to messaging the driver managers and be like, hey, can I cancel this load? Because I found a better load. But it was like 30 minutes. It was like an hour before my pickup, and I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to put the driver managers the after hour and weekend driver managers are so slow to respond that I might not have gotten a response from them until after my pickup time. So I just didn't want to deal with the drama. If I would have seen it earlier in the day, I don't know what the cancellation rules are. Now, I have a massive amount of paperwork that I signed and contracts and all kinds of shit like that. And somewhere in there, it does talk about canceling loads. I think you have to do it 24 hours in advance. I'm not sure. I don't remember the details on load cancellations. But holy crap. Look, are you seeing this? This Redlands to Far West, Utah. This exact load, I tried to get this load a few days ago. And because of the screw up with Clorox, I had to cancel this load. I grabbed this load for $2,800. It's gone up by $500. This load was supposed to pick up Saturday, and they didn't get it covered because I had to cancel it, and they relisted it to pick up on Thursday, and they listed it for $500 more. So freight rates are jumping up by a lot right now. That's pretty sweet. It sucks that I'm not going to be able to enjoy that. But I would much rather have that Memphis load. But let's stop thinking about that because they're loading my trailer right now. I can't take it back. So let's start looking at there's really nothing. Lacombe, Louisiana. They don't list loads out very far. There weren't a whole lot of loads listed. So Kansas City, Missouri, Springfield, Missouri. These all pick up 24th, 26th. I need something that picks up the 31st. And there's nothing listed out as far as the 31st yet, except this load going to New Jersey that picks up August 7th. Now, I tried. What? Oh. I think I might have to go 150 miles for this load to show up. Yeah, there it is. Mobile, Alabama to Ochalata. I have a request on that one. That one pays like $1.76 a mile to me. Is it $1.76? Yes, it is $1.76. You can see right here. The actual amount of money I make on it is $1,300, pays $1.76. So here's the drama. The place I'm picking up from some, I don't know what in the hell this place is. I can't remember. But it's food ingredients, and it's going to a Smucker's distribution center in Lacombe, Louisiana, which is just northeast of New Orleans. It's basically a town on the edge of New Orleans. And, okay, I messaged the driver managers, and this is, I say this all the time in my videos. The after-hour and weekend driver managers are worthless. They lie to you. They make shit up. They are slow. Like, the list goes on and on. There's a lot of issues with the after-hours weekend driver managers. So I message them, and I don't know why the fuck they think that we ask these questions. Like, am I just bored and I want a friend or something? I just want somebody to talk to, so I'm just sending messages for shits and giggles. I don't know what the hell they think. But these messages are important. When I ask a fucking question, it's because I need to know. Well, I sent a message earlier today, and I asked, like, when I got here. When I got here, I looked at the load board to see what loads were available, and I saw some loads, and let me switch over to Notepad here. So I busted out Notepad, and I started calculating what I thought that I could do. Like, when do I think that I can make this delivery if they'll take it early? Because it's a drop. It's not a live unload. When I get there, I'm just dropping the trailer and leaving. And on almost every drop, except Walmart and Target, your appointment time is the deadline. You can get it there any time before your appointment time to deliver on a drop. So I wanted to verify that because it was going to, like, my plans would change based on what I could do. So I messaged driver managers. I said, hey, I said, this is a drop. This load's a drop. Can I deliver early? If so, how early can I deliver? And they replied back and let me know that basically they're worthless pieces of shit. They replied and said, I don't see anything on here that says you can't deliver early. Well, that's not what I fucking asked. Do your damn job and check for me. So, that's the best fucking information I can get out of after hours and weekend driver managers. So I went ahead and I scheduled a load based on me delivering early. Because I think I can deliver this load Thursday morning. Really early Thursday morning. Like maybe as early as 2 or 3 a.m. Thursday morning. At the latest, like 8 a.m. Thursday morning. And that Ochelata load can pick up Wednesday night all the way through Thursday until 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So I think I'm going to have enough time on my clock. And I'm going to get there early enough that I can pick up the load and deliver it on time. It's going to be cutting it close. The delivery window on it is all day Friday. It's to a Walmart. So I have up until midnight Friday night to deliver it. And I think I'm going to get there at like 10 or 11 p.m. Friday night. But I think I can deliver it on time. I'm highly confident I can deliver it on time. If I didn't think I could deliver it on time, then I wouldn't have, requested the load. So I request the load. And the driver managers reply back to me like an hour later because they're slow as shit at everything. And it's the same one that told me I could drop early. And he replies back, or she, I don't know. They're not signing their messages. So I don't know who it is. They reply back and they tell me, I can't assign that load to you because it picks up before your delivery on this load. And I replied back and said, I just asked if I could deliver early. And I was told yes. I can make this pickup time if I can deliver early. And they replied back and said, my bad. I just checked with the planner and they said that you can't deliver early. So I don't know if they're making shit up. I don't know what's going on. I have no idea. I called the receiver and I requested security because security is who does the check-ins, and I got a hold of somebody in security that was new. She told me she was new. She said she had no idea. She said what she was told with everybody is that you can't come in more than an hour before your appointment time. But she said she couldn't tell me for sure unless I had the bill of lading number. And I hadn't picked up the load yet, so I didn't have the bill of lading number to give her to look up. She said if I could give her the bill of lading number, then she could pull it up and tell me if it could be delivered early. So now I'm in this limbo where I don't know if I can deliver early. I'm basically going to get there a day early, like 24 hours early. I'm going to get there Thursday morning. The delivery appointment is Friday at 10 a.m., I think. It says it right there on the spreadsheet. July 31st is Friday at 10 a.m. Yeah, 10 a.m. Friday is my delivery appointment. I am really frustrated at all of this crap. But there are a lot of loads coming out of New Orleans that are heading in the direction of my house. This particular one just happens to be a really nice one. The only negative to this load is that it's going up, it's almost all highway driving. Cutting across northwest from New Orleans to Oklahoma, or to Tulsa, where it's delivered. Ochelata is 30 miles north of Tulsa. And I gotta be careful about leaning up because I'm not wearing any damn pants. I don't want to get naked on stream. This isn't Chatterbait. My Chatterbait channel name is not just kidding. There's just not really a good interstate or anything going northwest from New Orleans to Tulsa. Now I could take interstates. It would add, time and distance and everything. I could, just force my way onto interstates. but it would be a long ways out of the way. So the most direct route is taking highways, and I would basically be taking highways all the way from New Orleans to Little Rock, Arkansas. And then from Little Rock onward, it would be interstates and turnpikes. So there we go. Now my glasses aren't dirty. This is what I use the Clorox wipes for. Whenever I get one out, I just kind of like wipe. I try to use it up as much as possible, wiping everything down. Refrigerator and all this stuff. So that's what's going on right now. So whenever I got this trailer, I knew I was going to be stuck with this trailer for a while going out west because it's going to be all brokered loads and stuff. And damn, there's like a yellow funk. I think whoever had this truck before me might have been a smoker. There's just like a yellow. I need to get when I get home, I need to get bring my bucket out here with hot water and soap and just like wipe everything down. I've had the time because I took like 11 days off at home, but I haven't had the inclination to get out and just really clean the inside of the truck because it doesn't look dirty, but I really need to just wipe everything down because I have no idea what the person was doing in this truck before me. But what the hell was I saying? What was I saying? Where was I at? What was I doing? I forgot what the hell I was talking about. I think I was talking about the highways. That's pretty much all there is to it. It's highways and toll roads and interstates, but it's mainly highways. Like half the drive, like 400 of the 800 miles is probably highways. But they look like decent highways, most of them. Some of them are 2-lane, but a lot of them are 4-lane divided highways. So I don't know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get there as soon as possible, see if they will unload me early. And if they'll unload me early, then I'll go ahead and pick up the Ochelata load because it'll probably still be sitting on the load board. If they won't unload me early and I have to sit and wait till Friday, then I'll see what's available on Friday. It'll just set me back by a day. If they let me deliver early, then I'll be home Friday night or early Saturday morning, probably. Late Friday night, early Saturday morning, I'll be home. If they don't let me deliver early, then I'll be home Saturday or Sunday. I don't know which. It depends on what kind of load I get. And they haven't started putting loads on the load board out that far in the week yet. So we'll see. I plan on being to my delivery pretty damn early Thursday morning. Okay, so let's go back to Notepad, and I'll give you an idea of what I did. Now, the way I did all these breakdowns is just this is all very, very, very conservative numbers. What is a more realistic number of how many miles I can do in 11 hours on my first drive shift? I'm going to have my full 11 hours. So a much more realistic is most of this is going to be California. And I set my cruise at 62 in California. But Well, not most of it, because I'm going to be able to make it almost all the way across Arizona in my first drive shift, I think. I'm going to fuel up in Wilcox, Arizona. And Wilcox is like 550 miles from where I'm at right now. And that's on the other damn side of Arizona. So I'm probably going to drive all the damn way across Arizona. So I'm probably going to have close to a 65 to 70 mile per hour average, because in Arizona, I plan on going 2 miles an hour over the speed limit. Whether that speed, well, maybe if the speed limit's 75, I'll probably just go 75. But if the speed limit is 70, I'll go 72. So several hours is going to be me going 70 to 75 miles an hour. So I could probably do like a 68 mile per hour average across my 11 hours. So I'm not going to be able to drive my exact full 11. Let's do 68 times 10.75. I'm going to cut it as close to my 11 as I possibly can. Actually, that's not even very realistic. Let's do 10.5. We'll give a half hour of leeway for just driving through town, getting started on the trip, and stopping at way stations, whatever might slow me down by a half an hour. So that's 714 miles. So let's round that down to 700. Drive shift number 2 is going to be in states that are all 70 mile per hour speed limits. So I should be able to average like 70. So 70 times 10.5, 735 miles. And I should be able to easily get that, because I'm going to be starting my day from a truck stop. I'm not going to be starting from a shipper or receiver. I'll be starting from either a rest area or a truck stop. So it should be really quick on the road, really quick off the road. So that's 1,400 miles. And this is only an 1,800 mile trip. So I only have 400 miles left to do in my last drive shift. So let's do 400 divided by 70. And that's roughly, it's 5.7 hours. So we'll say 6 hours. So at this point, when I start my drive Wednesday night at 10 p.m., I only need to drive 6 hours. So 4 a.m. Thursday morning is a very realistic time of when I might actually get to this delivery. About 4 a.m. Thursday morning. And I have some extra buffer in here. Like, all my drive time is calculated at 12 hours instead of 11 or 11 and a half. It should be 11 and a half hours to account for the half-hour break, which is absolutely stupid and ridiculous. And I hate that rule exists. I hate the damn half-hour break rule. It is, I hate it so much. The only way I know around the half-hour break is to do splits. So I could save myself an hour to an hour and a half. I could save myself about an hour if I do 8-2 splits to avoid taking the 30-minute break. But I need to do fuel. I need to fuel anyway. So I'm basically just going to use my fuel stops to do the 30-minute break. So I don't, but there's an extra hour basically built into these times. And the other thing is, when the hell am I going to get out of here? This is projected to start at midnight. And also, I'm changing time zones. So let's factor that in. It's 30 minutes from midnight. I don't think I'm going to get out of here at midnight. It's probably going to be closer to 1 a.m. And I'm going to lose 2 hours going to Central Time from Pacific. So let's knock off 3 hours. So instead of getting there at 4 a.m., now it's more likely that I get there at 7 a.m. but I am still going to use the same amount of driving hours, just I'm going to get there a little bit later. I'm still going to be perfectly fine. But what it means is if I get there, so let's say I get there and I make this delivery and I've used 6 hours of that drive shift. I still have 5 hours left in that drive shift. So if the Ochelata load is still there and I can deliver early, Mobile, Alabama is 120 miles away, 2 hours away. So I use 2 hours of my drive time to get to Mobile, and at that point I have 3 hours of drive time left. So I can put 180, 200 miles onto the load in that drive shift. And then I stop for the night, and it's an 800-mile load. So me being able to put 180, 200 miles in puts that load within reach in one more drive shift, which means that I can have the load there. Hell, if I get there Thursday morning at around 8 a.m., which is looking more and more like I'm going to be there around 8 a.m., and I get over to Mobile at about 11 a.m., and I get out of Mobile at about noon, and then I drive for 3 hours. So 3 o'clock in the afternoon Thursday is when I'll probably shut down for 10 hours. So that'll be, was that 3 o'clock in the afternoon is what I said? 3 to midnight's 9 hours, so 1 a.m. Is when I'll start driving again, and I'll pretty much drive my full 11 to get it to Tulsa. So we'll do 12 hours. Just a second. Sorry, I had to spit. So from 1 a.m. go full 12 hours to 1 p.m. So I could deliver this Friday at 1 p.m. if I pretty much run an average speed of the speed limit the whole way there, which I could do. And hopefully they don't come out here and tell me that this is a fucking 45,000 pound load. On the load board it was listed as 21,000 pounds. I'm going to be pissed off if, it's a max weight load. Because that's not what I agreed to. So they better be pretty damn right on their estimate. I've never seen them underestimate yet on the load board. I've seen them overestimate, but not under. And the estimated weight on this thing was like 21,486 pounds. So it wasn't like just some random number. That's how much they actually expect based on the amount of product that Smucker's bought from them. So we'll see how it all turns out. If I'm a little irritated that it's looking like I'm not going to be able to deliver early, but it's not going to be the end of the world if I can't deliver early. That just means I get home a day later than I expected, and I might not get as good of a load as I expected. It could also mean that maybe I have to set for the weekend. It's really hard to get loads on Friday. And it's even harder to find loads that pick up on Friday that deliver on the weekend. Most of them you have to wait until Monday to deliver. So that's the reason that I really, really, really want to get that Ochelata load, is because it works out perfect. That will be like about a $5,400 week for me as pay-wise. My actual check from USA Truck will be about $5,200. They're going to take about $200 out of my check for escrow and insurance and ELD and tax and stuff like that. My tax service. They don't take out fuel because I don't use their fuel card. I pay it separately. So the check that they would cut me if I get that Ochelata load would be about $5,200. That'd be a nice 1 week paycheck. Those kind of paychecks are why I quit my last job to get over into this industry. I didn't come over into this industry to make $1,000 a week like a lot of people. A lot of people come over here with dreams of making $1,000 a week. I was making $1,000 a week in my last job. I didn't come over here to make $1,000 a week. So, $5,000 a week. That's money right there. Now, what would my fuel cost on this be? Let's overestimate the fuel cost a little bit. We'll do it on California for the whole thing. So it's so one of my loads on this was 800 miles, and it paid me dog shit. It's only going to pay me like $400 for 800 miles, and it's that load that with all the drama from Friday, where Clorox basically put twice as much product in the trailer as what Stater Brothers ordered, and Stater Brothers rejected half the load. Well, I had to take that back up to Tracy at the same rate. Well, they paid a little bit more rate per mile, but it's still really close to $1 a mile. And my actual rate that I made on it was right at $1 a mile. But I had a deadhead back to San Bernardino, so that doubled the mileage. So it brought it from $1 a mile to 50 cents a mile. So 800 miles on that load, 1,800 on the Louisiana. That's 2,600, and then the 2,600 plus 120 mile deadhead. So that's 2,700, and then 800 to get from Mobile to Ochalata. That puts us at 3,520 for the week. So 3,520. 30. So we'll do 3,520 divided by 6.5 miles per gallon. Comes up with 541.53 gallons. Let's multiply that times $2.50. I paid $2.82 a gallon to get fuel here in California, and I filled up. I got $600 worth of fuel, but I was completely empty on DEF and on diesel. Completely filled up everything with $600. The place I'm going to fill up in Wilcox, Arizona, is like $2.06 a gallon. And if I have to get fuel beyond that in Oklahoma, Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, it should be in the right at $2 a gallon. So I think $2.50 a gallon is an overestimate. I think my average is probably going to be lower than that, but we'll do $2.50 a gallon. So 2.5. So that's $1,400 in fuel. So 5,200 minus 1,400, $3,800 bring home. If I had a truck payment, that would be roughly $500 a week. That's a solid truck payment. It's about $500 a week. They can be more, they can be less, but $500 a week is a solid truck payment. So if I had a truck payment, then my bring home this week, if I get that Ochalata load, if I get it, which isn't a possibility, and even if I don't get it, I can still get a load that pays roughly that and get it in this week. But that would be $3,300. Like, I'm actually going to bring home, after all expenses, $3,800 for this week. And if I had a truck payment, then it would be about $3,300 bring home. So that's a pretty solid week. My bring home checks at my previous job were like 1,000, or not my bring home, but my checks at my previous job were about $1,240 a week. Let's see, $1,240 times 52, 64,480, roughly right in there. And then I got an annual bonus of I don't know, about $3,000 to $5,000. It changed all the time. So my last year that I worked there, my total pay was $65,000 even, like almost exactly $65,000. and I got a raise 2 months before I quit of something like $1.50 an hour. So the following year, I probably would have made 70. But I made about $12.40 a week at my previous job, and to make $3,800 in a week, that's, tripled what I was making at my previous job. But I'm not yet consistently making that kind of money. But even on my bad weeks, I'm making like $1,500. So even on my bad weeks, I'm making more than I made at my previous job. Like my last 2 weeks, my last two paychecks, one of them was $2,700, the other one was $2,500. So the $2,700 check was just one single load, the Portland load. So that was 1,800 miles, 1,800 let's divide by 6.5, 276 gallons times, let's do, actually, I probably averaged $1.90 a gallon, but let's do times 2. So that's $600 in fuel, $550 in fuel, $553 in fuel. We'll say $600. So that was a $2,100 bring home check. Well, no. Let's see. I think it was $2,700 total, and then USA Truck took out a couple hundred, so $25 minus $600. That'd be a $1,900 check, and that was just a single 1,800 mile run. That was it. Took me like 3 days. That was half a week, and I made more than I did at my previous job in an entire week. So, yeah. And I'm enjoying myself more with this job than I did my last job. I was really bored at my last job. I was really frustrated about a lot of things. It was a corporate job, and I just felt like I was a cog in a wheel. And I was really frustrated at all the dumbasses I worked with that were just there to collect a paycheck. They were just doing the absolute minimums to collect their damn paychecks. And they weren't focused on common sense, like real solutions to problems. They were just focused on what would make them look good so that they could get a raise or a bonus or recognition of some kind. No one was really willing to bite the bullet and do the right thing. No one was willing to talk to higher level management or executives and tell them that their dumb ideas are dumb. So we implemented a lot of stupid ideas from executives, and the executives really didn't have a whole lot of stupid ideas. And I don't mean to get off onto this topic, but let me finish my thought real quick, and we'll wrap up this video, and hopefully I'll be loaded here any second. Actually, the executives, I had a lot of respect for the executives at the company I worked at. It was middle management was where everything broke down. The executives would tell us like what they wanted us to do, and we would be like, that's awesome. We've been trying to do that for years. That's exactly what should be done. It's amazing. And, we'd all be excited. And then if the implementation would come, and it would be nothing like what the executives said, and it's the implementation from middle management. And we're sitting there telling lower level management, our direct management, like, this doesn't make any fucking sense. This isn't anything like what the executive said. And lower level management sitting there going, yeah, but this is what my boss wants us to do, and I'm not willing to tell my boss that they're wrong. And so it was just this massive clusterfuck of middle management jerk-offs that have no idea what they're doing. The middle management had no idea what was going on. Middle management is like the most incompetent people that exist in the world. Even lower level management didn't really know what the hell was going on. A lot of the management in the corporate environment that I worked in, the company I worked for, most of the management had no idea what was going on. They could not perform the job function that they were managing. Like my manager couldn't have done my job. And I told him that, and he tried to fire me. And upper level management told him no. He actually got wrote up when he tried to fire me. They almost fired him. But yeah, he went and told him. He said he told me I was incompetent. I did. I told him he was incompetent, and he tried to get me fired because I told him he was incompetent, and he almost got fired. But yeah, that's one of the many reasons I quit that job, was because my manager was incompetent. He was a dumb shit, and he was lazy, just a worthless piece of shit. And he was the most arrogant motherfucker. Oh my God, he thought that he was just the king of the world. He would pimp walk around, and like you'd be talking to him, and he'd just like start texting. Like you didn't matter at all to him. Like he was like one of the most rude people I've ever met in my life. Most arrogant piece of shit. He had no reason to be arrogant. He just the big thing with that company was the buddy system. If you got in good with managers, then you would start progressing through the management. And I actually got in good with the managers, and they saw that I was good at what I did, and they liked me. And I was actually pulled aside and told to apply for a first level management position. They called them team leads. And they said that if you apply for that job, you'll get it. And we'll fast track you to becoming a manager, basically. And I didn't want to become a manager, and I didn't want to work on the buddy system. I don't like the buddy system. I don't want to be a part of it. I think the best candidate should get the job in all situations, and there shouldn't be any pre-selection. It should all be based on qualifications, and it shouldn't be buddy hires. I hate that shit. So I really pissed them off when I told them no, and basically they shunned me from that point onward. Like, they loved me up to that point, and I told them no, I don't want to take that position, and it pissed them off. It offended them. And a big group of the managers that were all buddies that hung out after work together basically shunned me. And it just made it really hard to work there after that. It was retaliation is what it was. And that's illegal, but it's hard to prove. But anyway, one of the many reasons I'm doing this job. And I'm having a lot more fun at this job than I did my last job. I loved my last job. I just hated the people I worked with. If I was paid more money at my last job and I worked with better people, I'd probably still be doing it. But that's where we're at. Now let's see here. Ugh. Let's look and see what's coming out of Memphis, Tennessee. Maybe that'll make me feel better about not getting that Memphis load. Maybe the loads coming out of the Memphis market pay absolute crap. Nope. Looks like they pay just as good, if not, well, this one right here is a little bit of an outlier. So this one's paying over $2 a mile. Let's see how this one, I think this one pays me probably a little bit more than that Ochelata load. Let's switch over to Excel, and I'll paste this in. Actually, no, it doesn't. That oh, that Ochelata pays $1,800. I thought it paid like $1,300. Damn. All right, let's switch back over. See, that's only $1.57 a mile. Switch back over to the browser. So yeah, that's making me feel a little bit better because it's looking like. Oh, here's one that's paying like $2.80 a mile. It's going to Chicago. 100-mile deadhead. Yeah, it looks like the stuff coming out of the Memphis area doesn't pay very well. It pays like okay, kind of on the low end. So it looks like, that's a positive. That even though I'm not making as much on this load as I would on the Memphis load, the load that I get coming out of Louisiana or Mobile, Alabama, wherever the hell I pull a load out of, is probably going to pay a lot better than my backhaul that I would get out of Memphis. So, what was the difference between those on that spreadsheet? Like, that was one of the best loads that I could find on there as far as rate per mile coming out of Memphis. One of the best. There was one that was better. At least one. So, right there, that's a $300 difference. That's, the $300 I'm making up for it right there. But it's 621 versus 749. I don't know. I still would have preferred that Memphis load. It's just a straight shot on I-40. And it goes right through my house. And the return trip on I-40 back to my house should be an easy one. But are there any loads that come back? Let's see. Delivery location, Oklahoma City. Let's do it within 100 miles. There's no loads coming back to Oklahoma City out of Memphis. So let's do Lacombe, Louisiana to Oklahoma City. None. That Mobile to Ochalata is the only one. Let's try Memphis again with the new parameters. Still nothing. Oh crap! I forgot to switch over to the browser. I was just checking the load board there. And basically, I was checking within a 150-mile radius of the pickup and delivery out of both Lacombe and Memphis. And there was nothing going near Oklahoma City out of the Memphis area. But there was that one Ochalata load coming out of the Louisiana market. So we'll see what ends up happening. I'm going to try to deliver it early. Hopefully they let me deliver it early. I don't know why in the hell they wouldn't let me deliver it early on a drop. It's just a drop-loaded trailer. It's not a live unload. But at this point, I'm kind of expecting that they're not going to let me deliver it early. I can't trust the after hours and weekend driver managers. I don't know if they actually checked. What I think happened was I messaged the driver manager asking if I could deliver early, and they were just like, sure. They didn't look up anything. They didn't check anything. They didn't ask anybody. They were just like, gave me whatever the fuck was on the top of their head at the time, which is what they always do. And then, after that, I put in a request for a load. And they noticed that the load picked up before my delivery and said, I can't schedule you that because it picks up before the delivery. And then I retorted, and I said, well, you just told me that I can deliver this load early. And then they had to make up some shit to backpedal out of that. Because if they assign this to me, then they have to put in some kind of note or something probably saying that, oh, I told him he could deliver early, so that's the reason I went ahead and assigned it to him. Well, they weren't willing to do that. So they had to make up some bullshit to give me an excuse as to why they wouldn't do it after they just told me they could. So they said, well, the planner told me you can't. Well, the amount of time between the time I sent that message versus when they replied back and said the planner said you can't was like 15 minutes. And that's a really fast response time for after hours and weekend. I know that they didn't ask the fucking planet in that amount of time. So they're just making shit up. So I have no idea what the situation is on this load. And that pisses me off because the driver manager's job is to do this kind of shit. That's their whole function in life, is to like find out this type of information for me so that I can be on time for these deliveries and I can keep this truck rolling. That's their function. And after hours and weekend driver managers are bad at their job. They are horrible at their job. Like, I'm sure that there are companies with worse, but USA Truck has horrible after hours and weekend driver managers. They're nice, but they're just incompetent. Let's get back to that. They're incompetent. Like, whenever you're not able to perform your primary function in your job, you are incompetent at your job. It's plain and simple. That's like a truck driver that can't get the truck from point A to point B safely. Then you're incompetent. You're incapable of performing your primary job function. Sitting there, the word incompetent reminds me of that manager. And man, he got so mad. And when he pulled me into the room and tried to fire me, they had a director come in and sit with us. And he was sitting there. He was so mad, he was shaking. Oh my God. What a dumbass. Just a second. So that's it. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and end the video. I need to grab my phone, but I'm not wearing any damn pants. And there's, all of a sudden, there's a whole bunch of trucks that just pulled up in front of me that have people sitting in them facing me. So I might need to turn my interior light off, put my pants back on, so I get my phone from up at the front. And something I was going to say earlier that I got off track on was I picked up this trailer with the expectation I was going to be stuck with it for, 2 or 3 weeks. And one of the problems with this trailer is that the landing gear handle, the crank handle, is short. They replaced it with the wrong size handle. And so whenever you're cranking it up or down, it's hitting against the side of the trailer. You have to push it all the way in to get it to go into the proper gear. And then whenever you're turning it, it's constantly coming out of gear because it's hitting the trailer. It's too short. So I thought, you know what, that's not going to be that big of a deal because I shouldn't be dropping this trailer and raising it a lot. Since, I'm not going to be doing any dropping hooks. So, I'm not going to be dealing with that much. And then I get out here and I am constantly unhooking from the damn trailer. At the dealer, I had to unhook from the trailer, hook to the trailer, unhook, hook. At every shipper and receiver, almost every one of them's had me unhook from the damn trailer. It's so annoying. I've been dropping this trailer like crazy. But yeah, once they get me loaded, I'm going to have to go hook back up to the trailer. And this should be the last time before my final, whenever I drop the trailer. I'm going to drop the trailer and I'm going to be done with this trailer. Be done with it. Hopefully the trailer I pick up at Smucker's is a good trailer. But anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good one. Bye.